Hi, you guys. So I wanted to come on and talk about soul food, I guess, and some other things, but I thought this was interesting. I don't know, for whatever reason, we're American black people, FBA, we're starting to go under all these attacks all of a sudden, but it is what it is. I don't really take too much of it that serious. But Keith Lee went overseas. He went to the UK to do his restaurant tour over there. And I was looking at some of his videos. I don't see anything negative that he's saying about anyone, for anyone to have anything negative to say about him. He seemed, the more, I guess, the ethnic cuisine that's over there, he seemed more pleased with it than some of the more, I guess, traditional English food. Um, but that was the only thing he really kind of, he didn't like the pork and beans in the morning over the toast. That's, was the most that he said in his reviews. But this lady in this yellow sweater, for whatever reason, decides that she had to let us know that everybody has soul food. And I'm still puzzled by what she means by that. But I'll let you guys listen to her. And then the next young lady, I heard her over on Shadow Band channel. There's a new young FBA channel, young man. Go over and check out his entire video. But he was talking about this young lady who is here in America, and I guess there's some dating show, and the guy just asked her if she knew how to cook, and she went all off into some nonsense. But I'm gonna let you guys listen, and I'll come back on the other side.
Actually, what they don't understand, that we have our own version of soul food. That, and though we call it, we might say it's African food or Nigerian food, Ghanaian food, Caribbean food, Canadian food, and traditional dishes. We have soul food over here. Soul food isn't exclusive to Americans. We just don't call it soul
different.
food.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm born and raised African. I'm African American, so I don't know y'all culture. But if I were to make it, I don't know, shit. Two?
Sweet potatoes, you don't put no water in it. I'm gonna have to pass. But
Wait, so
you wanna steal?
So y'all both gonna walk away? You gonna walk, okay?
Yeah. What? That's slave food. I don't do that, babe. I'm not a slave. I was never a slave. I don't know how slaves cook.
So yeah, I guess she was saying someone asked him why he didn't go to a soul food restaurant. Maybe that's what she's saying. And so because she didn't like the comments people were making, I guess Americans were asking him, well, did you go to any soul food restaurants over there? So she decides that she's going to call everything soul food, which, all these other groups, all this other stuff is not soul food. Soul food is what we call our food. So it's not something that we just pass around simply because you're black. Now you got soul food or whatever. I don't really know what she's trying to say with that. But she says, well, it's not called soul food, it's called Nigerian food. Well, then that's what you call your food, Nigerian food. What are you talking about? So I didn't really get her point. Now, because people were asking him why didn't he go to a soul food restaurant, maybe because they want to know if they're in London, because I believe he was in London, and maybe he couldn't find any, so maybe that's why they were asking, because he went to, and when he's here in the States, he's doing the same thing. He goes around to different ethnic or places. He's not just going to black owned or black cuisine. Okay, so y'all like that cuisine. Anyway, so he's not just going to black restaurants, right? Be it American, African American, or Caribbean, or Nigerian, Ethiopian, whatever, right? So he goes everywhere that I guess people send him suggestions. I think that's what he said, and that's where he will go. So maybe he couldn't find anything in London. Maybe they don't have one there, right? Because obviously it would take someone, possibly an American, going over there and opening it up, right? Or a chef going over there and cooking in their restaurant so they can call it a soul food place. But I don't think you could just call stuff soul food. Like, that's going to get people upset who really know what it is, though, right? Wouldn't you guys say? So you shouldn't just throw that around. And then the guy that was asking if she know, or how would she prepare a sweet potato or sweet potatoes, I don't think he was necessarily looking for her to cook, the soul food way. Right, because, there's sweet potato fries, there's sweet potato souffle, and these are not soul food. They're not necessarily classified as soul food. I don't classify them as soul food. And so, and we're not, a sweet potato is not exclusive to Black people, right? We're not the only ones who use sweet potatoes or yams. And I thought Africans, well, maybe it depends on what part of Africa you're from. I don't know. But I think it was just clear that she did not know how to cook, and that's why the guy was like, I'll pass, right? It's a hard no. And she just didn't like that, and so she decided to attack him and attack his culture, which had absolutely nothing to do with him asking her how would she prepare a sweet potato, but she made it, she went on a racist attack. And it's that part too, people thinking simply because we share the same skin color that now your behavior can't be classified as racism when you're clearly stating that you are not the same culture, then that is racist. You're talking about slave food. The last time I checked, when I was just reading something not too long ago, slavery is still going on in Africa in 2025. So you might want to watch your tone. You might want to watch your tone with that, because he could have really said some really nasty things back to you. Because the shadow band channel, honey, he read her down for like 30 minutes. And he put some stuff up in there that I cannot unsee, because I will never unsee that woman holding that monkey over that fire. I don't know if that's Nigerian cuisine or not. But yeah, don't play with us. Don't play with us. Don't do that. Because first of all, that young man is not old enough to know what slaves were eating. I'm not even old enough to know what slaves were eating. Because a lot of stuff, my grandmother wouldn't even cook some certain things like that. So I don't really know them either. I don't recall growing up eating hog mugs or certain other things, fat backs, certain things like that. And a lot of people, they were only using those things to season their food. I think somewhere in the 70s, 80s, people started using turkey, right? They started using smoked turkey or turkey necks. And so she's really ignorant in the fact that she don't know that. And for someone who was raised in America, you're clearly stating that you don't know any African-American people. So why would this African-American man want to date you? Make that make sense. Especially when she went off and said all that stuff. It was very disrespectful. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about all of this. Did you get that just because he was asking her about a sweet potato do not mean he was asking her about soul food? And then just because someone is in the comments asking Keith Lee why didn't he go to a soul food restaurant in the UK, do not mean that they didn't appreciate the other videos that he did put up, because he did go to some other ethnic restaurants while he was there, and he tried to also take in the English, I guess, way the UK food. So yeah, and I don't know why that bothers the lady, the Nigerian lady in the yellow sweater either. I kind of agree with the Shadow Band channel. Like, people need to bring it down 10 notches to stop putting themselves in competition with us at every turn, because it's not that serious and it's not that deep. I think people were just asking him just so they can know. Like, maybe they want to plan a trip to London. Did you see any soul food places there? I don't see the harm in that. But you guys let me know what you guys think about this conversation in the comments. And go over, like I said, to the Shadow Band's channel and check out his content, his commentary on this as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video.